Okay, then look at this. For 8, scheduled for 8. That's what I just did, right? This is it now.
You see minutes?
I don't know. Okay. Alright.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. It says schedule, but in fact it's going on now. Yeah. Okay, guys, welcome back to part 2. Welcome back to part 2, guys. I was so much deeply in my conversation with you guys that I saw a notification and I was just trying to wipe it from the screen, and then I was locked out. So welcome back to part 2. And this time I turn it differently. So let's see what happened. So as I was saying, normally live stream, even though it's a live stream, it's every morning from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I will be going live every morning, and this little segment is called Deeper Than Beauty. Now, I normally do, like every Thursday, I used to do a show called Deeper Than Beauty, me and my son. Or sometimes I do it by myself. Sometimes I'll get somebody to come on, and as you can see, it's my passion to do this, but sometimes we don't have a start, and we have to make that start ourselves. Sometimes we can sit down and wait for things to just hand to us. We have to get it and find way to get it. And as I said before, as time goes by, I will know where to tweak, how to tweak, what I need, and so I will work towards perfection, right? So welcome to Deeper Than Beauty. And as I state before again, why beauty is important. Beauty doesn't have to be on your outward appearance, but everything you are as a person, from your eat, your social life, your whole being, your work, everything ties into making one beautiful. So this is why I name it Deeper Than Beauty. So it's not about your hair, not about your earring, not about your clothes, not about your shoes alone, but everything tied in together. Your internal and your external self. And so this is why I name it Deeper Than Beauty. So if you want to see this grow, if you want to see this materialize, press the thumbs up button and share it out, and also tell your friends to join. I discuss great topics here, and you can educate me as much as I can educate you too. So everything adds up, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for even taking the time to peek, even if you don't stay. Even to peek, it means a lot. So I was saying in the part 1, I'm going to turn back and name the first video part 1, because what happened, as I said, I get cut off. And so what I was discussing, I'll just continue straight, pick up where I left off. What I was discussing was, the topic was, does this pandemic change your goals? As I said before, it changed mine. It did change mine. And I had reached in the conversation. So let me just brief you where I was saying that if you have money, if you have things, it's gonna cause you to not have anything to worry about, right? That's what people would think, right? But me and you know that there is things to worry about, like your health. You don't want to die and leave all this money that you worked so hard for. You're gonna want to work towards your health, how to get a better health care, or how to even be careful on your intake, because normally sometimes when people have money, they buy whatever they want. They don't worry about what they take in. Sometimes they're distracted. They see a good meal, a good restaurant, and they just go and they just buy. Are there helper or chef or butler in the house, whichever you have, will stay home and just cook anything and then you just eat, and they're not watching the amount of oil they use, and you're not watching it, and sometimes you do watch it but sometimes you don't. So those are goals that you need to work on. So even if you have enough money, there are still goals in your life, but like your health, there are goals with family matters, there are also goals with social activities, and there are goals where you have enough and you can think about sharing, because sharing is caring and charity, and the more you share, the more you give, the more blessing will follow you, the more longer you live, and it's better for your health, because when you do something good, there is good feeling inside, and the body needs to have good feeling to in order to look beautiful, to stay beautiful, to just live better, right? When you do things, just like if you watch a comedian, you're there and you're not laughing and you haven't had a good jokes, or even if you have joke, but there are just some joke that hit you, and when you laugh so hard, even 2 3 days after, you're still feeling that good feeling. That's how it feels to give. Yes, I'm a giver. Yeah, so that's how it feels to do something good. So if you're in that in that aspect where you have all the capital, then you need to work on those goals. So some, as people will say, I must know what goals I need to work on. So this is how motivation helps people, because even though I know that I need to, like for instance, yesterday I needed to finish my hair. Yeah, time run out on me and didn't get to finish my hair, run out on me, right? So I need to motivate myself in order to get up and go get the hair and finish my hair. So there are people out there. So even though I know I have to get things done, I didn't go, because if I did go and get it, then my hair would have finished. But I said, oh, this can do what I have leave. This is enough. And then if somebody said to me, that's not enough, don't do this, then I would have think twice and go and get it. So we all need somebody in life to motivate us. We all need somebody to identify certain things in our life. It's not that we don't see it, but we just need that little push. Some people don't use that initial person to push them or motivate them. We normally maybe will use ourselves, but there is something in our life that give us that push. Your inner strength can give you that push. Your personal needs can give you that push. Like for me, it's my personal need that give me that push. For some people, it might be a family member, somebody who they look up to, somebody they admire, and they want them to be proud of them. So that will give them that push. So even though we kind of know it already, but we're too relaxed in our own self to get up and get things done. And this is why I'm saying to you, if this pandemic, and the reason why I'm using the pandemic, I don't use don't notice I don't say virus, I said pandemic, because pandemic can mean anything, and I want when people to watch back this video, okay, this stream, they can relate back to what I'm saying with their present condition at hand. So Even though you're in a situation where everything is okay in your life, like everything is okay, you're only worrying about your health and making sure your family staying safe and so forth, there are still goals. There are goals for security measures. There are goals for eating better food. There are goals to watch your how you exercise, your health care, you're taking your vitamins. There are still goals. There are still goals where you need to relax more, because sometimes you have enough money because you're worrying about your whole surrounding, that your brain is working, yeah, so you're not relaxing. And sometimes your immediate relationship and the people around you doesn't tie into how you want to relax. It's very distracting, even though you have everything like financial status okay. So there are things that you need to work on, maybe soul searching and so forth. So if you're watching, you can comment below. You can also email me to let me know how this pandemic changed your life and your present condition now. Whenever time you're watching back, to let me know, and what do you do to fuel yourself. And no matter how small a change is, it's still a change, and it might not be important to some, but it's important to you. Get up and do it. Don't let anything stop you. Make that change, because remember, you can't be healthy if you have things that really need you're really pleasing to your heart and it's not done. You will always be looking back in the mind and gravel back in, feel agitated about it and always wonder if. And then when you're having a conversation, do you notice, like, I'm gonna keep on doing this, look right here, just look right here at my forehead. You see how much wrinkles are there? Look at them. So every time you're sad, look at them. See that? So you will continually to give yourself age. So we as a people, we give ourselves age. Bend up your face and look at it. You're vexed. Just look at me. I'm very upset right now. This is my upset face. Right? Just look at me. See that? I'm giving myself wrinkles, unnecessary stress. So I'm gonna look older, because if you believe in exercise, then you know that I'm exercising my face into age. Look at that. You see that? You see that eye bag? You see all these wrinkles over my forehead? I'm exercising myself into age. Remember, if we're fat and we go exercise and we work out, we're training the body to look good, to get our muscle tone. So every time you do your face like this and you bend it up and you puff and you puff, you might not know it, but I'm going to think something in my mind now. I'm thinking about something. You see, that beautiful smile, that niceness is not there anymore. See, it's smiling now and everything is okay. But if I get upset, look at all these things. Yeah? So you realize as a person, you need to stay toxic free. Toxic from your environment, from even this social distancing. For some people, they are afraid to say it, but it's true. Have taught the truth, and I want you to comment this honestly. Don't this social distance help you somewhat? You realize that you're in this, how would I call it now? It sounds bad. We need our people, we need love, we need people to get along, but there are just some people that you just come around you wanted them to come around, but not because of the social distancing. You realize that you don't allow them to come around you because you're protecting them and protecting yourself. So you never initially tell them don't come, but you realize what, because they're not coming with unpleasant conversation, gossiping, just things that you maybe used to like to hear, but because you're not hearing it, you realize how the brain feel better. Your whole self just feel relaxed, like you really feel relaxed. So The pandemic can change your life for good, it can change it for bad. And if it is changing your life for bad right now, do not allow it to change your life for bad. Yeah, don't allow it to change your life for bad. I believe that in every bad situation there is good. There is always good in every bad situation, and the work is to look for the greater good in it. Even when somebody die, I believe there is good coming out of that death. Yes, is it a two person who didn't talk will talk? Is it a somebody there saying, wow, this is what my life would have been, I need to change certain things, I am not ready to go down in that grave. There maybe people don't speak up, but there's something to show that death don't partial anyone, sickness don't partial anyone. And so it will wise up, it will maybe bring family closer, it will make a tough man heart soften because he cried, he never cried because he missed someone, that kind of thing. It will let you appreciate things more, because maybe you take that person for granted and you never know until the person passed. So there are always some changes, and as I said, it might be small to some, but it's very important to your heart. So it's good to analyze now what you're going through, what things is doing, what this is doing to your life, and reflect on it and materialize on it and use it as your own fuel to get by in life. So I speak about the person who have it already, and you know what to do already, you know what to work on, right? So now I'm going to talk about the person who are working but lose your job during this pandemic. Yeah, and you get a little money, but it ain't enough, and you're watching that money just taking time, erasing. You have a little savings, you have your mortgage to pay, you have your car. I just refer to car and house as just mortgage. Yeah, it's a loan, but it's a property, so it's your property, so I'm just gonna refer to everything as mortgage, right? You have that liability to deal with, but you might be have 2 or 3 payments put down, right? Because you may be somewhat of a careful person, but you're not a business person, you're a working person. You like to work in an organization, you don't like all the aspect of a business. So what people don't understand, when you will have a manager for a business place, yeah, and that manager is managing the business place, yet that manager is not doing everything for that business place. It sounds funny, but it's true. Even though the person is the manager, things might pass through the manager's hand to sign off on, but they're not doing the manual labor. They're just there for simple just advising, they're not doing any manual labor. So if that person was supposed to get up and run that same business by himself or by herself, I'm just going to use him as a unisex, right, by himself, yeah, that person could not materialize and carry out the daily activities and run that business as if that, as if he knows everything. So what I'm trying to get at, not because you're a manager, not because you're an accountant, not because you're a financial advisor, doesn't mean that you can run a business. Because there are certain things about a business that is very hard to do. Even the CEO of a business, sometimes it's hard for that person, because that one person alone cannot carry out the whole aspect of a business. They need people with them to materialize and to get production done, especially a certain type, most types of business, not a certain type, most type of business. Yeah, and depend on the goal of where they want to take that business. I'm just going to refer to business as company, institution, whatever, the level that they want to take it to. So you're in your job and you lose your job, but you're saying that I don't want to own a business all by myself, I don't want all of that responsibility. So what do I do? Because this crisis can pop up at any given time. Not to get biblical or anything here, but they say every 10 years a virus happen. What if it's true? So you're looking, and normally I like to tell people to plan five years ahead. 10 years ahead. That's the most I like to tell people if I when I was advising people in business consulting, to plan 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead. So if the bank asks you for a 5 year projection, do the 5 but do a 10 for yourself. They ask you for 3 year, do 6 year for yourself, but still do the 3 because that's what they require. So that will give you a guideline to get towards your goal and to what you really want in life. Yeah. So what I'm basically trying to say here, you're not the person to do a business. Business is not for everyone. Because how to identify that also? Because a person will show thousands of business ideas to you, and all you can think about is the negative part of the business. What if, all right, let's say the person tell you about a car mart, or you're gonna think about, okay, so I have a car mart. What if I don't sell one car for the day? Or what if I sell the car and something happened in 3 months and I already used back the money and the person carried back the car? You're gonna think about all these things: a car rental, what if the person crash, kill somebody, I'm going to go to jail, my company is gonna lock down, I don't have enough money to pay it out. You're gonna think about all the negativity before you start, like you want to solve them before you start, and you will go around and you have meetings with thousands of people on how to get all of these things done and how to solve them before you even start. Not saying that you're not supposed to, when you have a business, to look at the disadvantage and the advantages. I'm not telling you that, but I'm just saying, any business that throw at you, you just don't see it. You just don't see it. All you think about is the negative side of it. Not that you're a negative person, but you want to solve it in your head before you can do it. You want to check the money before you see it, before it even open. And so you know that you're not this business person. But there are so many online work that can be done. There are so many things, investment, there are so many things that you can do to put in place, just in case you have this pandemic return again. So not that business is for everyone. Also, people need to realize that, because you will have couples together and they see a business person out there, and they're feeling somewhat away because their person is not a business person, or they're somewhat of a business mind, but they end up with a partner that is not business mind, and so that they lost after somebody else who is business minded. This is very toxic for your health and toxic for your relationship and for the family that you're trying to grow. Learn to appreciate what you have at hand, because sometimes not having in two business person in our home is sometimes 90% is better, right, than having two couple who do business, because business is very stressful, and you would need somebody when you come home, somebody to to unwind with, and not to talk business over and over. I somewhat get carried away when it comes to business. I'll be having a friend and all I can talk about is business, and I was warned many times by persons around me to try to find different things to talk about other than business, and it's become very difficult. But can you imagine if I have somebody who is a business person around me? That relationship would be very, very unhealthy, because we wouldn't get time to relax and unwind, unless we are somewhat of a person who have the energy to motivate ourselves to do otherwise than speaking business at all time, or we are self-disciplined to know that don't take business home, leave it at the office. So this can play a very breakdown on your system, and if you're stressed in your relationship, your health is deteriorating right there and then. Yeah, once you're stressed in your relationship, then you're gonna have issue, because you're either gonna be grumpy, your blood pressure, your BP would be up all about the place, not regulating. You will eat comfort food. You ever realize that when you're stressed and you're down, you seek comfort in food? Yeah. So all of this will happen to you if you don't be careful of how you deal with these things. Well, the next thing I want people to look at also, when you think about a person who don't want to do business, is that not everybody can work under pressure and stress. There's certain tolerance of pressure and stress that people can't deal with, and there are some people who are perfection, and if the business is not perfect the day they start, it's gonna take a very stressful strain on their life and how they see things. The next thing again too, when you look at people who really, you shouldn't force them to do business if they don't want to, is that most times we as a person are easily intimidated. We don't realize that intimidation is the fuel to success, and some people don't know how to handle it. Some people break down. Some people just don't know how to handle that. Like, I had a comment on my channel, I think it was sometime this week, and the person comment, I don't remember what exactly the comment said, but it was a negative comment. It was so negative that I didn't even delete it. And I don't normally delete comments either. I don't delete comments unless it's bad word. I'll delete it because I just delete bad words. But I haven't had any. I was moderator for somebody's channel long time ago, and I used to have to go there to delete bad comments. And I said to myself that when I have a channel, I won't delete my bad comments. YouTube normally flush out some of your bad comment because they will set the channel. You can set the channel to do that, and YouTube will protect you. So I leave my protection to YouTube. Whatever comes, let it comes, right? And this person, and so I said, let me go, and because I realized the person is a YouTuber, so I said, let me go and check out this person's channel. So I think this person do it as a type of marketing, right? Because the person is a YouTuber. So once you give the person a bad comment, if he's not getting any views, you're going to click on his video and go over there. And right there and then I said, okay, you're smart. You want somebody to come over to your channel. Anyway, I did go, because I'm saying, why are you a YouTuber and you're being ugly to somebody else? That doesn't make any sense, because YouTuber, even if your video sucks, you don't want somebody to comment bad. You want them to advise you the right thing, to say, okay, improve on that, improve on this wasn't your best, but however, you could improve somewhere. Are you going to send them a private email if you care, because you want them to advise you too? That's how I think things should go. But hey, the world doesn't go how we want it all the time. Yeah. So I went and I looked on the person's channel. Now, one of his videos have more likes. All of them are disliked, because and I see great videos there. I see cute videos that make me smile. So I watched one of his videos, which was a puppy video. I love animals, as you all know. So I was there watching. I forget that the man even comment something bad on my channel. I was there watching the puppy video, and then I look at the likes, and the likes was exceedingly high, and there was no like. There was dislike, should say. The dislike was exceedingly high. And I was saying to myself, why this man get so much dislike? What happened? Nothing is wrong with this video. And then I said, oh, he must have gone to people's channel and comment bad, and they just come over and dislike his channel. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, because nothing was wrong with the video. And right there and then, I know that person cannot manage that, so he just be ugly to other people. And this is what happened in society, in life. People be ugly to someone else, and yet when somebody tried to be ugly to them, they cannot handle it. And so even though you have managers that are in companies, just going back to that point now, there are some of them that cannot handle criticism. So they like to be in power, where they give the shot, and they feel like even if somebody criticizes them, they still feel powerful. But if they're in their own business and people criticize them, they will feel somewhat belittled, because they always want to be on top. You have people who just like to be on top, and being on top, it means that they have a lot of people respecting them. When you're a business owner, it's not that people don't respect you, but you have to be on a certain level in business for you to be respected the way how you want to be called a big shot, to be seen. So most people don't like to start off and call themselves small business owner, yeah, because the word small comes in front of it. And one of the most unrecognizable thing that people don't seem to recognize in today's world is that small business people are 90% of what makes the bigger heads of business possible, and they also make the growth of most people's life because they give more employment. They are more creative. They support the factories, the bigger factories, the bigger industrial companies, because they need them to fuel their small little business. So without small business people, these bigger heads of companies would crumble. Yeah, because to buy in quantity, we all know that that counts. So goals have to be changed, and goals have to we have to realize that our goal should say, we have to realize that our goals is not what we think it is, and we are not supposed to be forced to do what we don't want to do, because as I said, why we name this deeper than beauty, it ties into everything about your life. Yeah, it's not the outer appearance, okay? Because when you check it out, you have a business that stressing you have a business that people don't admire but criticize you. You realize that you start to get ugly, that tension is on you. You go home, you'll be very grumpy to your family, your friends, and you don't be nice anymore as how you used to be before you have that business. So don't force anything on anyone. But however, you can start to put measures in place, like for instance, get a second job, maybe a 2-hour job, a freelancing job. There's so many internet career. I don't believe somebody should have one job but share the hours, because if you lose one you have the other, kind of a backup plan, instead of saying that, okay, all during this pandemic I lose my work, so now I'm going to start a business. And when you start, you realize that you have to go back to work because you're just not a business person. Just like as I said, not everybody can be a doctor, not everybody can be a nurse. So don't feel away because you're working, and now you lose your job, what you're going to do. You can start to look, like, make sure that you don't put all your energy in one company. I don't believe. And sometimes some workplace, because of the amount of work that you get, it's hard to get a second job. Yeah, I was working, I get two jobs. I was a receptionist in the morning and a waitress in the evening, and my feet would get very tired at night. So when I go to work, I sit down and rest, and that tied in together. That was okay. But then I turned a cosmetologist. So I didn't give up the waitress work at night, because I had just started out. I was working at this company, this place in Jamaica called Carlos Cafe. Yeah. And when I do hair, I used to start off with braiding. So when I braid hair in the morning, my feet were tired, and then in the evening to do the waitress work, my feet is tired. So you realize that, I know you're going to say, what is this woman talking about getting two jobs? You know how my work is hectic. So I'm not telling you to get jobs that will cause you stress. The two jobs is stressful. One have to complement the other, and that way you know that, okay, if you lose one work, you have the other. If you're in a work and it's well paid, yeah, you don't want to get a next job, but make sure that you're putting away disaster preparedness money aside, so that money don't touch unless you have a pandemic. That is if you're not a business person. Just make sure that money is not touchable money. That's something that I have to add to my goals, because as I said, my goals has changed, right? that's something I have to add to me. Secondly, I hope I don't touch anything this time and cut off there. Right. So now let's look at the persons who have business. Now the person who have business, like myself, some business are just not business. They are work same way. Yes. So there are different types of business people. There are business people where it's just a job. It's your business, but it's a job. And I'm going to talk about the freelancers here. It's a job. If you don't work, you don't get paid. You still have to get up and work. So even though you call yourself an entrepreneur and you're self-employed, if you don't work, you don't get paid. For persons who are in a company and get paid by commission, we call them business people to your because if you have to pay tax on your own, we would say that you're a business person. We call it self-employed because of how you have to file the tax. Well, here in Jamaica, that's how they do it. Yeah, especially if you're on contracts. Okay, so some business are just not business, it's work. Like for my business, it's work. Well, some of what I do is work. Like if you don't have staff and it's just you alone going to work, it's a work, it's not a business. Because if you don't work, you don't get paid. And this business will take a hit when disaster happen, like a big hit when disaster happen, because you depend solely on you to generate money to yourself. So you're acting as your business is you and you is a business, like a sole trader. You is just you, right? Without you, there is no production, there is no income. If you're sick, you can't go to work. If for instance you don't have any money, the business don't have any money, that kind of thing. Yeah. So you have to realize that even though some people is striving to go self-employed, be careful. Be careful how you do that, because you will still be working and you will find out that it's no different from your work. Also, you have to put in more time, you have to put in more energy, because just like a relationship, I always, like, some people ask me, what do you look for in a relationship? The same energy that my business give me, because whatever you put in that relationship, that's what you're gonna get out. Whatever energy you put in that business, that's what you're gonna get out. And so you have to put in measures in place. Two, you have to put in measures in place that will help you to be successful within that business. So, as I said before, not all business is business, it's still a work. The only thing that you maybe call your own hours. Now, some people might use this one too. I always hear influencers, not attacking influencers, don't get me wrong. And I always hear people who give short course, like myself, myself too, who love to tell people, oh, you're your own boss, you call your own hours. But let me tell you something, as a struggling businesswoman, yeah, you don't make your own hours. They say you make your own hours. Oh, it sounds like I'm giving business advice, but I'm just talking to you about your goals, and for me to let you realize that your goals need to tie in with all of these things, I have to really go in some details, guys, for you to understand. So why you need to listen to me, because you don't must want to listen to me, because you might say to yourself, I know my goals, I know what need to change, right? So you might say you lose your job, you're going to start a business. You have to know certain things, because people who want you to start a business don't tell you these things. Yeah, when you go to somebody else who is doing a business, they either don't want you to start because you're gonna make more money than them, and most people don't like when people make more money than them. They're too shallow minded to give you proper advice, or you yourself are either struggling from some sort of depression that you might get the good advice and think the person don't mean you well. Yeah, I used to think that if I ask male for advice, they're advising me wrong. Yes, because male always look on the most males look on the negative side of things. As you as a woman say something to them, they just look at it and say, "You're a female, you can't do that." Because in their self, I can't do it. So you're a female, you're not supposed to do that. You can't do that. So I normally don't go to males for advice. No, that's bad, because I shouldn't be judging all male, because not all males are like that. So let me first clarify that I wasn't really right. So, as I was saying again, that at the end of the day, yeah, you want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself in. Like, really, really don't listen to one person. Do your research first. So let's go back to the point where the part where they tell you you're your own boss. You make your own time. You will have things better. That's not true. That's not true. And this is why when I was in loan business, most people start their business and in less than 6 months it crumbled. Because I used to deal with small business persons. That was mostly my what I say um my area. And most of them crumbled. Reason being, they get frustrated. Because once you start a business and you set your time, that's your time. It's no different from when you're going to work and you set your time and that's your time. Because you're a small business owner. And a small business owner, especially a person who is a sole trader, like you own that business, you are that business and that business is you, and you don't have a lot of persons working for you that can fill the space if you're not there, you have to get up, you have to put in more time. And sometimes you will say to yourself, you start 8 and you close 5. You can't leave that business place 5. And if you were working with somebody, maybe 4:45, you start get ready at 5 o'clock, come you're out of there. And if you work overtime, you get paid. When you're a small business person, that doesn't happen. You maybe have to put in some extra hours because you need to put in, especially when the business is just new. You have to put in a lot of work. So even though you set a work time, you have to be working very hard to get it off the ground. You realize that even though you're finished, if you try to finish 5 o'clock, you realize that after 5 you still have to be marketing your business because you want to get production out when you return to work 8 o'clock the next morning. So not because you hear when you start your own business, you're your own boss, you make your own time, you're gonna put in more hard work. Yeah. So you have to be mentally prepared for that. So your goals mustn't be because okay, I lose my job. You must be because you're ready for this. You're ready to take on this goal, and you're ready to spend time with your business because whatever you put in, that's what you're gonna get. Okay, so not every business, as I said, is business. They are work, right? You can't just get up and close the business day the next day. Because if you close it, your customers that you try to build over a couple of months might be disappointed because you said you would open from 8 to 5 and you're not there. So you have to be careful. You saying, okay, I'm going to quit my business because I'm going to quit my work because I'm going to start a business. Hey, Englishman, how are you? Thank you for joining in. Oh, you have been self-employed for 40 years, so I guarantee you have knowledge of basically what I'm saying. You're the man to give some great advice here. Yeah, because well, I wouldn't say you're old. You're looking very fine to me, but as I said, that your experience, and because your experience and because your experience, that will help you, your experience will help you to elevate somebody else. So as I was saying that yes, Englishman, and thank you so much for stopping in. So I was saying that during this pandemic, a lot of people lost their work, and they will say that they're going to do business because they want to call their own shots. Be positive always, definitely, always positive. Positive is the answer, is the fuel to get anything done in life. And when you're positive too, not to stray from the point, when you're positive, you get to solve difficult situation faster. So you will be there thinking that, okay, starting a business is the right thing to do. So make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. Secondly, you have to turn all the negative to favor you. Yes, definitely. Definitely, Englishman, definitely. And you also have to make sure that you know how to take risks and handle disappointment. Some people don't know how to handle disappointment, so now you know that you have to put in more work than how you would work at your own workplace. When you start, now you realize that. Now let's look at the risk management of it. The risk management of it is higher, because while you're at work and you might have a supervisor to guide you, you might have a manager to guide you, you're on your own at this point, right? You have to analyze things. Some of the best way how to do that is, as Englishman just said in the chat, is to keep positive. It's one of the next way to do it is to write down all the negative situation. And this is why a business plan is good, and write down all the positive situation. Now this is not telling you how to start a business, but to realize that if your goals are shifting now, because remember, you were working on studying for that dream job to get that dream promotion, but all of a sudden your company closed down. So you're saying, I'm going to be a business person. Before you just jump and quit looking for that dream job, try to look on this aspect and see if you can manage it first before you shift your goals and make the mistake that you don't want to make. So you have to strategize. You have to I just twist my tongue right there, right? You have to plan. So nothing without things without plan will crumble. I always said that you have to have a plan, so you can tweak your plan as you go along. You can materialize, and all the negative and all the positive, put them into projection, and look on which one is working for you. The only way to be successful, you must fail a few times, definitely. So it's just like the first live stream that I was doing. I was failing at the first one because I was kicked out of the old classic YouTube. So I don't know how to really navigate this one by setting up a scheduled live stream. And it took me a bit of time, and I was laughing. And I was also saying to my son, even though I want this nice studio to host my program Deeper Than Beauty here, I'm saying that I have to start it because I've been waiting to start it. Hi, wild man, how are you? Thank you for coming back. Why? But every time I come out, I'm saying, what? I don't know why, but every time I come out, says I'm not subscribed. Oh, hush. That's okay. So maybe sometimes you might touch twice, like sometimes people have double click and don't realize it. Like my mouse always double click when I'm typing, right? So you have to realize that at this point, that when you're changing your goals, you have to realize that you have to fail. As Englishman say, you have to fail. You have to see things. Everything can start perfect. You have to be in the situation to fix it. Yeah. And if you don't do that, you will never start. Well, man, right? You have to start and fix as you go. So you have to be that person who's willing to take criticism, because if you're not that person to handle criticism, you will fail before you even begin. That's how you will fail. It's not what goes wrong, it's how you deal with what goes wrong, because you will fail if you do not know to handle problems. It becomes a problem when you don't want to work on a situation. Not working on the situation is problem. Is when you want to give up, that becomes a problem, because if you give up, what next? So I'm not telling you to not shift your goal to start a business, but be careful while you're shifting. Are you ready for these responsibilities? Don't look at it and saying that you're free and nobody have to lay you off, because you can lay off yourself faster than how a company will lay you off, right? And as I said, not every business is business, they are work. So now look at the business that is actually a business and not work, and you're starting this business, or you're already in the business, and you realize that during a pandemic your business always closed down. Because, like for instance, this pandemic, people can use this to judge, are you in the right business? Were you selling the right products? Because we as people, we start a business and not everybody can do the same business, because maybe your strategy, your marketing, your energy towards that business is not good for you, and you have to realize when you need to give up and when you need to push. Some people give up too easily and then live in what if me they try. How is that person working out and I'm not working out? When you do something and is it like me, I will tell you how I am, because I've struggled through many different businesses. Most people think it's just skincare and beauty. It's just that I love this type of business. I'm never out of this business, but that doesn't mean that I don't do other business. I always be doing other business. I'm a business person. That we will discuss what is a business person and a person who do business, because there's two. It's a whole different ball game. Yeah, a person who do business and a person who is in business. Who is a business person? Do business and a business person are two different things. So two different. So as I was saying, that when you own a business in this time, you would need to look on your goals for that business, because most people is saying, wow, during the pandemic a mass around things, healthcare around things. Maybe I didn't need to sell furniture. Maybe I needed to be in. No, you can't say that, because people still need furniture, right? But if you realize that your business will close down, because you have to realize that if it was a storm or a hurricane, then your business would flourish. If you save your furniture, people would want new furniture. So you can't say that you would close down your present business to go take on a business that you still would make money during pandemic, still opening during pandemic, because your one closed in during pandemic. So you can't just switch like that. Realize why you're switching, and realize that people who were depending on you, as soon as things open back for you, you will flourish again. And that business that was selling the mask and selling the healthcare alcohols and the bulk bleach and whatever, because I've seen a lot of people shifting business to do other business. Like me, I shift to do other stuff, but I don't close down my present business. So people close down their business to start a different business. But how about when the pandemic is over? What are you going to do? Close down that business to go back to the other business? No, that's not possible. So you have to get the priorities straight. You have to know exactly what you're doing before your goals shift. Make sure you know why it's shifting, and if you can maintain the shift. Because over the years you build this business, you have strategized how to deal with it. You have learned so many things about the business that you could even write a book about the business. Why give that up? That's legacy. So your goals are your people would say my business is for my business to flourish, but I just call those legacy. Yeah, It's a legacy. It's a legacy of your heart, that pleasing that it gives to your heart, because you can make enough money, but it's still yet that business is going to become tiresome after a while. Not because it's making money, but because it's just a rough business. It's a business that wasn't for you, right? You have to hire so many workers to get production done. It stresses you out because you have to be there to push the stuff, and you have to spend more time, and through that it take a lot out of you, so it take a toll on your health. So you have to be careful how you strive towards shifting business nowadays because you think that it makes you more money. As I said, if you have enough money, you're going to worry about your health. It don't make sense you work hard for this money and then you don't have good health, because all these things make you grumpy. And I said before, if you look at my forehead again, I will do it again. You see how it make up? Look at these wrinkles right here, right? And this is why I said before, I named this topic Deeper Than Beauty, because everything that surrounds your life ties into your beauty as a person. So you go to the gym to work out your tone in your body, but you go to the workplace, you're training yourself to get grumpy, and wrinkles start coming before time. You see those wrinkles, like I'm squeezing up my face, you see that? And over a period of time going on, and this is how you start to look grumpy, because you train yourself that way, because you are in a company, your business place, wherever you are, and it's not a healthy environment. It causes you to always, you see that, look right here, it causes you to always be doing that. Guys, I'm a dramatic person. I'll just show you examples, so see with me. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying, right? So I'm saying, before you just run and shift your goals, make sure it's pleasing with the body, with your whole mind, right? Nothing is wrong with shifting, but this is why I'm pointing out some of the ways that you are, some of the things that you can look on before you shift, because right now we will say to ourselves, I need to shift, yeah, but realize why you want to shift first. And I always said, always plan. I used to hear, this is why I don't too much like to discuss certain topics, because I used to hear people say don't plan because plan change. I believe that everybody should plan. I believe in having a plan, yeah. It doesn't matter, it doesn't mean that you're gonna actually live by that plan all the way, because you're going to tweak so your life change, but have a plan. Because when you do have a plan, you will save for disaster, any disaster at all. And this is why I didn't talk about any virus, I said pandemic, because some things can be because no virus is going on, no sickness, but your pandemic is you lose your job, your mortgage start to go down, you lose your car, you have to be starting from scratch. You borrow loan, you maybe borrow loan to start a business, and the business fall apart. That's your pandemic right there, yeah. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit down and fall apart, or are you going to just go into deep depression? That won't help. So everything that you're doing, you have to look on the bad scenario and the good scenario and tie them in together. One of the thing that I could tell you to do to make things easier for you, this is something that I've done over the years. People are always saying that, oh, you just seem like to get to know what to do. No, I don't always have it figured out. Far from it. But what I do, I will sit down and I write down all the disadvantage. I get a book, yes. I write down all the disadvantage that I think of, that I can come up with. I research it too. Write down all the disadvantage, and I write down all the advantages. And then I look which one override the next one, and then I start to look on all the disadvantage, and I start to see how I can, in my head, in a theoretical analysis, how I would deal with them one by one. How, if that should happen, how I don't just look on the bad and say, okay, heck, this is too much, I'm not gonna bother with it. And then I look on how much is stress. I'm a calculator. Right? I calculate everything. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. Because I calculate a man. but let's not get there. I'm just trying to make you have a good laugh right there. Okay. All right. So I calculate everything. Okay, and I look on all these situations before I start to do it. Right. But I don't have a person throw an idea to me and I think of all the bad and I just stop right there. No, right? Because nothing is perfect. Yeah, nothing at all is perfect. So I finish with the self-employed, the business person. Yeah, if you're rich. Now I'm gonna talk about your relationship. Relationship is this situation change your relationship? Now I'm gonna talk about friendship. Yeah, normal friendship, just social friendship. Now you realize that you have to stay in. There are certain friends, like I'm not bashing any friends. All friends are dear to my heart. Whether but you have to realize now what is friend, what is confidant, and what is, what do you call it now, associate, or what is associate with comes on a business person, right? Like, you socialize with that, your co-workers, right? You have to identify those people. And when you finish work or you finish your business and so you get a phone call, oh, something keeping down the road, let's go. Do you realize that during this pandemic most people save? People are making it look like pandemic make it all bad for you, because you would have gone to at least 2 or 3 party a week. Yeah, and to go to those parties you have to buy new things. I sell clothes, so I know, guys. So don't be there denying it. Yeah, you have to buy clothes for those 3 party. Especially if you're somebody like me who don't. If I'm going out to a function, I do not like to repeat my clothes. I repeat it for other things, but not a function. Especially when I was younger and used to party, I ain't repeating my clothes. And if I go to a party and see somebody in the same clothes, I turn back and change. And I know there are people out there still like that. Now I'm a little bit more matured, so don't bash me. Yes, if I go out and I saw somebody in the clothes that I'm wearing, I go home. Is it I stayed home and don't come out? And that's when I was younger. I wouldn't do that. No, that's rubbish. Oh my God. Can't believe I'm saying this on social media, but it's true. Right? So there are persons like that now. Okay. So you realize that you save a little, you maybe buy more food, but you save a little, and maybe food was always on the pick up. We always eat 3 times a day. Not everybody anyway. I don't eat 3 times a day. But you realize you save a little bit more. And more if your friends, even though more of the people that you associate yourself with, less stress, less tension, because you're not gossiping, you're not arguing, you're not in fights, so you find yourself a little bit more less toxic. Friendship toxic, they don't speak the same things. And not only that, you're distracted from your goals, because some friends just distract you. There are certain types of friends we need the one to distract us from. Like me, I have certain type of people in my life that don't see eye to eye with what I do, but I still need them, because sometimes I need to forget about work and I will just get up out of the blue and text them just for a 2 minutes or 3 minutes distraction. So bad, like me using people, not true. But all of us need a little distraction now and again. And sometimes too much of it will distract you from your goals. So you will find yourself now finding more time to think about responsibility. Some people, their responsibility is driving the nicest car, wearing the nicest clothes, make sure it's name brand, make sure when I go to this party I stand out. If somebody texting you on the phone, you're distracted, your brain don't think, you have the Walkman in your ears. I said Walkman, how long I don't hear about the Walkman, how did that just get there? You have the earpiece in your ears, you're playing music constantly, you just don't have time to think about nothing. You're just in the vibes, you just want the vibes all the time. It's all about vibes in. And so you will lose your concentration from reality. Some people don't want to hear conversation like this, yeah, because it's not tied into their likings. But you realize now that you're at home, there are more things to be important. Because not only that too, most people are saying that their life and their goals change, but as soon as this is over, they've gone back to reality, and they're saying that, Thea, you're boring, so you can stay there talk, I'm going to party till tomorrow, right? And you have some people who realize that this is not what life is about. This is more serious than what life is. Some people say, okay, I have one life to live, so just live, right? But you realize during crisis that there are more satisfying things to the heart and to the mind and to the body. Yeah, thank you guys for still being here. I appreciate you, right? And I appreciate the likes. Thank you so much. So you realize that you have to take things in a more serious matter. Not saying that you're not supposed to have fun and you're not supposed to socialize, but now you realize that certain friends are, and not saying you must get rid of any friends that you have, but I'm saying that there comes a time for play, work, and there comes a time for seriousness, for you to really realize what is important, like your family, like your loved ones. Don't wait until death, don't wait until crisis before you have time for them, before you put measures in place for them, knowing that when you have these friends who were distracting you, know that you're going through a difficult time. They can't help you. Not saying that they wouldn't be willing to help you, but they can't help you because maybe a bucket deal, like if you're in Jamaica, we talk about like the boom deal, the Guinness deal. Maybe you guys used to make up for parties, so you're getting paid. The money goes to car bill, it goes to mortgage, maybe all over the world too. So you guys, when you go party, you say, okay, let's make up and buy a bucket deal. You're going on cheap, you're going all over this place, and you realize that you're not saving for crises like this. So you realize those friends was not really leading you astray, but not good for this kind of situation. So you need friends who when they are motivating you, don't just look at them and say this person boring, and in yourself have to say to yourself that I need to be wiser than how I used to be. Yeah, because you buy grocery, yes, you're taking care of your little baby, going to school, you pay the school fee, but you're not really saving. You're living paycheck to paycheck. You're living by loan. As soon as the money finish, some people, when I used to look on their paycheck, I was like, really? People are really living like this? How do you look so good? But at the same time, you realize that person is stressed. You see them in the traffic, they're very grumpy. It's like they have a lot of garbage inside of them, and they take it out on traffic. Like when you're driving on the road, you go to the workplace, they don't give you good service because they have so much things on them, stressing about the loans to pay. They want to go to party. I see people used to come and borrow money for you have this thing that keep here in Jamaica, but you know what I mean, like trips and so forth, parties, and that's nonsense. Borrow money to get married and all of those things, because the stress is just going to take a toll on your BP. Your blood pressure is going to rise. You're going to get anxiety, going to go into depression, and then so your nice beautiful relationship that you have, it just vanish little by little. It just keep fading away, and you're wondering, you're beautiful, you look good, how can my spouse move on to somebody to that level and I'm at this level? But you realize that this spouse needs something to distract him from what is going on. So it's the same thing with friendship. You realize that you start to realize what is going on, and you start drift from your friends, and your friends say, well, you're rich and switch. But it's not a rich and switch. It's because if I hang out with you, you're not seeing life as it is as me, and you're thinking that you have one life to live. No, reality hits me. Is either you're gonna start to look the direction that I'm looking, but I'm gonna drift in, and so you find out that you lose friends because of this same situation. And what is friendship? Not that I'm going to tell you what is friendship and what is not friendship, but to me, friendship for me is everybody. My customers, people I meet every day, they're just good friends. I'll just call them good friends. right? But that bosom person, I would call him my confidant, because if you're hungry, I'm hungry. If you're sick, I'm sick, because I'm going to worry about you. And to find somebody like that, you have to have a good companionship, like a good comprehending kind of relationship. You must can be able to communicate on a certain level, and this person really understand what it is to what I would say, to plan for emergency, to plan for fun, and to plan for family, not just fun, and living on the edge only. Because yes, you have one life to live, but how are you going to live it? Just distracted, no inner, you know joy. Because I always said joy doesn't come from money. Joy comes from your self-worth, the whole you inside, that holistic self. That's where your joy come from. you know being 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 fulfilled in whatever you do, and not question it. Be able to can be in a atmosphere, like in a surrounding, where you feel like you're doing pleasing things to yourself, to your body. Because if not, you're gonna always be seeking outside. And this is why social media makes so much money, and social media flourish so much, because people are looking to escape, and so they need distraction. They're always lonely, so they look for the best live stream. Which one is more exciting? Which one is fueling to my direction? Which one is more vibesy? And that's why you find out people who do conscious videos, videos that really pleasing to the heart and to your growth in life, but not gossip and drama. Those videos don't get as much views as possible, because people are always looking for gossip, fun, something to laugh, something to, and so people will strive for those things, because they're looking distraction, because they are not, they're always looking for more inside, because they are not whole as a person. And that is because you don't take the time to really analyze what is good for you, what is right for you, and what makes you beautiful as a person. What makes you a good person is, and a beautiful person, as I said before, is not just how you look on the outside, but whatever you take in, whatever you surround yourself with, and the people who you keep as company. The last point that I will touch on is like your personal relationship. No, men, I did a video, and somebody comment, one of my favorite YouTuber, I think it was story time, and she did a comment on it, which I should have put part 2 for that video, because I do have a part 2 for that video, and I'm just gonna just speak about it a little. And is male on a whole, men on a whole. Don't get me wrong, male, I love you, I love all males. Most people think I have this wall up for male. I have wall up for myself, but not males. Okay, it's for me, not for male, and people need to understand that, right? So males, I admire all males, man and man. You can never take that away from them, but women need man to look good too. So while you're going about your busy schedule, and you are looking for women out there to admire you and like you, and to have a relationship with you, heck man, if you don't look good, no good woman not gonna talk to you. And if a woman talk to you, she maybe want what you have, or she herself doesn't care about looking good, right? So not just female alone must look good and look attractive for their man, because sometimes you have the home where the woman locked off, and they said the woman locked shop. maybe something is wrong with the man at home too. It's not about the female alone. And that's what story time, not that's not exactly what she commented, but she was saying that man need to look good too. And thumbs up, girls, it's so true, right? Some man get up, the woman will go to bathroom and shower in the morning, but the man don't. He expect to get up, walk around the house, and don't go bed, and then he want one of those lollipop treats. How can you get that? You didn't go shower, but I did. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. There are mustard that doesn't go with lollipop. Mustard doesn't go with lollipop. So go shower, go clean up too. You not just your teeth need to brush. So there are males out there doesn't expect that women have taste too. Women have taste. And as I said, there are mustard. Mustard don't go with lollipop. I've never seen anybody eat mustard with lollipop. So if you want lollipop treatment, if I get up as a woman and go shower too. Yes, go shower. Go smell good for me too. Yeah, not just me smelling good for you. And when you go out there, you see a girl smell good, you love skin, you go to her and you say, oh, my spouse doesn't give it to me, so that's why I'm seeking outside. Maybe you're not appealing to her anymore, that kind of thing. So men need to look appealing too, because I be seeing men looking me and they are. I'm not talking about looks, about your looks and your clothes, because you can wear clean clothes and there is something just off about you, right? So men need to be appealing also. And because you're a man and you have money, you expect to just jog on any little thing and that's it. So this is why I'm saying that men, you need to work on that to get your relationship at home better, because you have good women and you have them in your home. And must be a reason why the woman is still staying but locking shop. She wants you, but you need to take care of something. And sometimes you ain't romantic, you just want the same old every time. Women are very sensitive and they need different. Women easily to get bored. I believe that female are easier to get bored than male, because a man can be easy enjoy the simplest a thing more than a female. A female is harder to please. I think so. Well, I am. I am. So I'm going to speak for myself, right? So if any ladies who are watching back who agree with me, you can comment, let me know, and let me see out of male and female who are easily pleased, because I am harder to please. I'm not easy to please. So I believe that male are more easy to please, because a man will be bored and down and he go on a porn site and he's excited and he feel good again, or get a phone call and something, and a woman will be in her mood and she bored and she get a phone call from a man talking sexy, and to her it's rubbish to her ears. It only get her more ignorant. Yeah, as I said, that's me. Okay, I'm not throwing everything on all women out there, but that's me, right? You will get all mushy with me and I get very irritated by it. Not that I don't like your mushiness, but I'm not easily pleased when it comes to that, right? Because as I said, some men, you're in your house and you're very boring. You expect that you're the fuel to the stove. You must be always lit. No. No work that way there. You need to charm the woman too. Not just the woman charming you and then you're going to say, you're on WhatsApp and you're on phone. And I can give this advice like bravely, because I'm in a situation where men will text me, like my numbers are open all over and they will text this crap to me, and I'm telling you, men are boring. Most men are boring. Yeah, and they need to get romantic, else you're going to lose your good woman at home. You are. You need to add little spice to the relationship and don't depend on the woman to do it, because after a while the woman body becomes a robot. She doesn't feel anything. When a man, you can do any little thing to him and he just flip like that and get up. A female, you can't do that. She will be there very thirsty and dry, and she just let it happen because she don't need anything to activate to be ready. Put it that way. She can act ready. Yeah, men hate to hear this conversation. I once hear that a woman faking it is not that this is a topic, but just this is my last, and I'm just telling you from now. So if your goals is one of them where you need to work on your relationship, work on it, because as I said before, that we can fake it, like really fake it. Yeah, and doesn't mean that we're happy, because we might love you and might adore you, we might fake it. And so we might not want to do it often because we have to build up that energy to fake it. Right? So work on that for yourself as a man. Look attractive. Always showering so she see already lollipop if that's what you like in your relationship. And always smelling good. Brush your teeth too. When you eat and the food in here, and I see men going around wearing beard and the beard full of food, or the mouth corner here so fraught and they expect to be kissed all the time. When you go out there and look at a girl and you flaunting money around, she's just seeing that for that minute, so she's excited and ready to go ahead with you. But after a period of time, you notice you're calling her phone and she ain't answering. So she get used to it now, and the same movement all the time. A female will feel some um less attractive to come and talk to you. Some female, I ain't that female though, I'm gonna tell you that, even though I'm not so experienced in that department. But if I have my spouse and we are together and that thing is not, you're not doing it right, I'm gonna talk to you and tell you. But you have some female out there, and I'm not gonna do it in a disrespectful way. I'm not that type of person. We're gonna do it together. Maybe I will even do it and you don't even know that I'm doing it, how respectful I am to it. So ladies, if that is happening, do not disrespect your man. They're a man and they have feelings, and we can't hurt their manhood, because not that we are perfect ourselves. So don't get me wrong. So for the females now, as I was saying, that we are sometimes, or some female are sometimes feeling a little bit out of place to tell a man that something is not the way how we want it to be. That kind of thing. We don't want to talk. We feel like if we talk, we would feel a little bit. So I don't know if it's sluttish, or I don't know, or maybe you baby the woman or something too much, and she'll feel a little bit out of place to tell you that something ain't right in that department, and I'm not enjoying anymore. Also, next thing again, some men, you can't to have a conversation with them, they get irritated and ignorant, or you don't want to tell them that you have a problem because you're afraid they go out and cheat, or they're gonna go out anywhere and cheat. So talk to them. That's my advice, sadly though. So guys, that's just my advice for you. Now, my live stream is from 7 a.m. in the morning till 10 a.m. in the morning, Monday to Friday. Right? If you like my topic, share my live stream. If you're watching back, press the thumbs up and subscribe. I normally don't to ask to subscribe. Like, I sometimes forget. I just say it one time and that's it. But you liking the video, I appreciate it. You being here, I appreciate it. And if it's even one person that watch my video and feel some kind of fulfillment from it, well, that's my aim. So I believe in starting small and growing into it. Yeah. I do not like anything grow past me. I like to grow into something. So the few viewers that I have that was watching, I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful. And for all the person who would play back this live stream, thank you so much. And again, why this woman have a beauty channel and have a talk show on it, or a live, so much live stream and it deeper than beauty? Or the question you will ask, why did you name it deeper than beauty? And I will say it again, which I'll do an intro. Deeper than beauty, to me, beauty is not how you look on the outside alone, but how you are as a person. Because you can open your mouth, as I said, a man, say, I'm gonna say a female, I see a female walking, she turned around, everything right, body right, shape right, everything just a gone for her. But when she open her mouth, you don't find her beautiful anymore. Maybe it's not that she's a bad person, but something you might irritate her, somebody irritate her. So whatever comes out is not beautiful to you anymore. You forget that she's beautiful. Or you might go into a company and you're standing in the line like a bank, and you're seeing whether a male or a female over the counter. They look good, they dress good, their poises, everything is just working, everything just tidy. And you go up there to talk to them, and their communication level just sucks. They're in manners, everything. Or you might see a person, they're beautiful, you go to lunch with them and they start to itch all over the body. So basically what I'm saying, whatever you eat, whatever you do as a person, where you carry yourself, where you speak, everything about you, that's what make you beautiful as a person, not just the outside. And this is why I have the topic deeper than beauty, because I will discuss everything about your social life, and we'll even have some beauty segment, everything. So this is why I name it deeper than beauty. And I would like to just stream from 7 a.m to 10 a.m. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to end the live stream now. And listen out for me tomorrow. If you have things that you want me to definitely discuss, like a certain topic or so forth, any little my email is in the about section. Anything that, and how I can work on my live stream, how I can make it better, if you know a software that I can use that can let it look better, any ideas, I'm open for suggestion. Because without you teaching me, how am I gonna learn? I can't have it all figured out. Okay, anything that, even if you think that you think I'm gonna feel away, no, I'm not. I learned from it. So go ahead and show your ideas at me. I will look, I will tweak, and I will take away what will make things work for me. So guys, this is Thea. Thank you so much for watching, and bye. How do I end this live stream from my phone now? Don't laugh at me, because I'm using the phone, because the phone gives me a better lighting, guys. The cameras, I have 3 cameras here, and they're not working, even though they said that they would work. So I'm trying to come out of the live stream, because as I said, I'm cut out of the other YouTube. Oh my god. So if you're here and you're a YouTuber, how do I end the live stream? I don't know how to end the live stream. Oh my god. There is not an end button like end the live stream. See, there is no ending button. Oh, this is not good. Eh? Anybody, somebody, how do I end this? Okay then. Okay then, no. I do not know how to end. I don't know how to end the live stream. There is normally a button said end the stream. There is nothing. Let me call my son again. Oh my god, I am. Oh no, YouTube, why did you do this to me? Okay then. This is funny. Oh my god, what if this end it? Oh no, that doesn't end it. Like really? Okay, let me text somebody and ask them how I end the live stream. Like, I'm not seeing how to end the live stream. Oh my god, I need this to download. This is like crazy. I can't believe I don't know how to end the live stream. Okay, I'm just gonna turn off the Wi-Fi then, right? And that's why the first live stream ain't working so good, you know. I can't say I don't laugh this morning. No, sir. I love the lighting on this, but hey, everything I touch, it doesn't say N. This said, wow. Okay, silly girl. I find it. Bye.